All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. It is May 14th, 2024. You're here at PreciseAlgorithmTrading.com. Let's jump in here. Dive into our markets. Our automated trading systems today. This is the Dow futures, and I actually threw up more time just because I was doing some studying, back testing and whatnot. So today's trades are right here at the end. And so this is a year's worth of data, and it's a 1 minute chart or 1 minute trades. So they trade off a 1 minute chart. And today's trade was net negative, but not the end of the world. You can see, this is a nice uptrending equity curve. We just had this relatively deep pullback lately. There's our Russell 2000, and this is 824 of 23 to 514. So whatever number of months that is, it's over a year and 3 months, something like that. And today's trades just had one, and it was positive. And then this is the recently modified NASDAQ, and it's 824 to 514. So not, whatever that is, 9 months or something like that. Yeah. And its trades today are net positive. And I wanted to compare that against what we were dealing with in the past. So this is what I was talking about, I think, last night. So today's trades for that system, which is about the same system, it's just this new system only takes trades when the volume is on its side, when it's in its favor. So there's mostly similarity in this, other than there's going to be a lot more $150 stops. You can see that right there, and which I think is actually better. And then at the same time, this one, recent highs are around 150,000 in that time frame. And this is almost the same time frame. Recent highs got to 180, but the pullbacks in the new one are only, I think, $8,000 or thereabouts, the deepest pullback. And this one's, I believe, 40 almost, which is just tough to bear. So that's why I'm considering moving over. Not to mention, I just think it's a better upsloping equity curve. So that's how, I'm going through some scenarios just to really improve the gains and minimize the losses. All right, that's enough of that. Let's move to our automated or our manual trading. And so the markets themselves today, the S&P went up 25 points or 0.48%. The Dow went up 126 points or 0.23%. It's at 39. Let's look at that. 39,558 and approaching that 52-week high, which is what the white line is right there. And the question is, are we going to just go up and break it to the upside and go on to power on the new highs? I believe I said it before that I didn't think it would. We're overbought in the stochastic. We're over the 2 ATR Keltner channel. I think we're going to come up into this zone, touch this thing, and pull back. Get everybody bullish again. Pull back, which is what markets tend to do, to get everybody trying to flip the bearish or stop out, and then possibly go up. And because now these two moving averages have crossed and they're both bullish, which is why our candle turned green. And unless they turn back down again, the candles will stay green. If one of them turns back down and the other one stays up, then it'll turn gray. And if they both turn down, then it's going to turn red. And that could turn into a lower high. You could see that. And as of right now, who knows? We might have enough juice to get this thing up and break above those old highs. But I don't think the odds are really there for that. And you can actually see a little bit of on the hourly chart here, a wick on the upper on this last candle. So, one candle doesn't make really, it isn't enough to go on. But I'm just looking at certain things and saying, well, that could be an indication that we're going to fall from here. And we could put in a lower high, come down here, put in a lower low. All right, the Russell went up 23 points or 1.14% today. There's actually quite a bit of juice in this market. And everything's flipping back to green, which is interesting. The S&P flipped back to green. We looked at the Dow, the NASDAQ flipped back to green as well. And oil went down 1.21%. And gold is basically hanging in there. Big gap lower, filled the gap. This could turn into a lower high, and then we could go down from there. That would be normal. That's a little bit like what we're saying the Dow might do. And these are totally uncorrelated instruments, so who knows? For some interesting charts just to look at, you can see Apple's actually put in a doji candlestick, and that could either be a short-term high, and we could pull back from there. It's really just an indecision candlestick, so if we got higher prices tomorrow, we could actually see two dojis. That happens sometimes, and we're overbought in this time frame as well. But we have had this change in polarity. But pulling back here would make a ton of sense as well. For fun, here's Tesla. If somebody was looking to try to get off the bottom, that's a break of structure potentially to the upside, and a pullback, and a new buy signal. If I was doing it, and I did, I'd keep a tight stop. Really, the stop could be all the way down here, but this whole zone is fine. If I'm wrong, I want to be out. If I'm right, this thing's going to go up, and we should see some, maybe potentially break that high right there, or at least retest it, which would be a decent trade in and of itself. All right. That's enough of that for now. Let's go to I pulled this up because this is True Market Insider's bullish percent index that they get from Investors Intelligence, the original bullish percent index point and figure chart people. And this is at 51.36. It's up 0.7 today. That thing only needs to get to 52 to put in a point and figure reversal. We'd get a reversal to a new column of X's if that happens. That's why I say there might be enough juice to pop this thing, and if it even would get out of control a little bit, we could actually put in a point and figure buy signal by putting this new X above. We'd have to tack on not only 3 X's but a 4th X and get up to 54. That's not likely to happen all in one day, but if this thing really got out of control to the upside, it could happen. And then finally, the faster bullish percent indexes that are on stockcharts.com. This is the industrials, Dow Jones. You can see we tacked on 2 new X's and we went up 4.35%. We are up in the 80 range, and you can see that is about as high as this range has gotten at least since 2022. So just be aware. The path of least resistance is probably lower at some point here. So the NYA is up 2.04%, tax on a new X today. This is nowhere close. Really, the upper reversal zone starts at 70, so we could get all the way up into the 80s up here, and this could get some juice behind it. The transportation index didn't move. The NASDAQ up 1.28%. The S&P tacked on a new X, up 3.37%. The S&P 100, 2 new X's, 1 X away from a point and figure buy signal, up 4.23%. And the NDX finally added on a new X, up 5.77%. So the bulls are still in control for now. So that's what I got. Until next time, take care, good trading, and have a great night.